Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Football Manager 2018 with Zebu Nation. This is Loser to Legend with CLYDE FC, and today we have for you the mid-season review for Season 5 in Ladbrokes League 1. Let's get straight into it. Let's take a look at the competitions. Where are we at? Not so good. Still in 8th place after 17 games. We got 3 wins, 9 draws, 5 losses, a goal differential of +3. That's not terrible. A total of 18 points, which essentially ties us for relegation, but we have the goal difference on FORFAR. FORFAR? Anyway, we have the goal differential on those dudes, but other than that, we're not looking so good. In fact, we're kind of falling behind the rest of the league a little bit, so a win this week is incredibly important. That's why I stopped short. So I didn't play out all 18 games. I wanted to stop here and play out this important match and see what we can do. All right. So in terms of our other competitions, Scottish Cup, we're in the 4th round. We're going to be playing Dunfermline, which is a team in our previous division, League 2, so we should be able to beat them. We've been knocked out of the Betford Cup and knocked out of the Iron Brew Cup. So we just got our 2 competitions pretty much as usual. This is how it goes. All right. Checklist time. Let's run down the checklist. Under 20s. No new intake. So we still got basically the same guys up there. One of our top prospects, though, Gary McCauley, is injured for about 3 weeks. Pulled hamstring. Get out of there. We played him in a match at the senior level, and he got injured, so maybe that's our fault. The rest of the guys pretty much, the same is going on as ever. So let's move to financials. 139,000, not as bad as I thought it would be, and in fact, we've started to make a little bit of a profit. I don't know why, but this month we made a little bit of a profit. It might have been from one of the friendlies we played. We'll look at that in a minute, and we got some money for playing the friendly. But I don't remember if that was actually this month or not. We did advance in the cup competition as well, so that got us a little prize money. But, at any event, it's only the 11th of December, so we've got time in the month to either make some more money or lose some more money. Check that out. Payroll is still fine. We're only spending $465,000 of $833,000, so no problems there. Board-wise, job security is secure, but it's fluctuating. We've been as high as 64%. Now we're been as low as 53%, and now we're sitting at 59%. So it's not great. I think it's fluctuating wildly with our competitions as we move closer and farther from relegation. I think is basically how we're being judged. Tactics are still a little low, 42%. So we got to work on that, but that seems to be a forever problem. Not much else is going on with the board, so let's take a look at the club. Maybe. There we go. Still 1-star reputation. Everything else is still pretty much the same. General? Nope. We are not on the list. Miller is the icon of the team. Let's go. All right. Transfers. Let's get out of here. It's not being very responsive today. I'm not sure. Okay, look at this. Look at all these guys. We've had sort of a blowout clearance sale of the under 20s, and I just put basically half the team out for sale and just say, if you want these guys, come get them, because we're sick of paying for them and we ain't going to play them. So all of these young dudes are going to be joining different teams, and none of them are any good if we look at our under 20s. Basically, I took everybody like from here down and just listed them. And so all of these guys with like no star current ability and 1.5 star or even half-star current ability, they're all getting sold off. Big fire sale. Everything must go from the under 20s. We're just paying too much money for these guys that we'll never get any use out of, and they have essentially no value. So get out of here. Good riddance. Arrivederci. Transfer history. I don't think we made any moves since last time. The last guy we brought in was Scott Gibson, fullback, 28 years old. He hasn't played much, mainly because our other left fullback has come back and has started playing better than Gibson. But we're trying to work Gibson into the rotation anyway. But nothing else has happened since August, and it is now December. So I'm pretty sure you saw those moves before. Yeah. So let's move on. Medical Center. We've had some injuries. We don't have a ton of injuries at the moment, but mainly because several players have come back recently from injury. Ferguson, Morrison, Muirhead, one of our youngsters, who's been playing a little bit for us, but not much. It's the wrong Morrison that came back. Stuart Morrison, although he's playing a little better right now. You see his stats are all going up. That's good. But it's Mark Morrison. Jeez, can't talk right now. He's injured. His stats are going down. The 22-year-old who's been playing pretty well for us this season. He's one of our more skilled defenders with 15 marking and 12 heading, 14 positioning. He's not great, and he's getting worse, so this injury has not helped him out any. But we've had a lot of nagging little injuries. You can see up here, susceptibility, Ferguson, Morrison. Davies, he's been a little bit in and out of the lineup, and our central defense is hanging by a thread here. We've got 3 solid guys that we've been rotating, but when one of them goes out, like Morrison, it gets a little iffy during a tight schedule, so we got to watch that. Let's see here. What else are we looking at? Dynamics. This has been a little bit up and down this season, but mostly good. Currently, it's all good. Good cohesion, good atmosphere, good leadership support. Ryan Mullen wants to go on loan. Seems like he wanted to go on loan last season as well, so maybe we'll work on that. Since we have 3 goalkeepers, we don't necessarily need him, but the transfer window isn't open, so we got to worry about that. Hierarchy, it's pretty much the same as ever. Our highly influential players are the same. Leaders, everybody's the same. We don't have anybody against us. We only have 3 players who don't support us, so that's pretty good. We're closing in on perfection when it comes to the pyramid. Social groups. Miller is still growing his little social kingdom down here. He now has 8 friends in his social group. Ferguson still out there by himself, the loney. Nobody really likes this guy. And then the core social group is looking good. Happiness, pretty much everybody is pretty happy right now. We just had a successful team meeting, so everybody's happiness is going to be through the roof. All right, I guess that's it. So let's take a look at the schedule, see how we got here. And in our last 9 games here, we've played a lot of games recently. We played this friendly versus Rangers. Got thumped 5-1, but we got a good paycheck for that. We played FORFAR twice in the Scottish Cup. Drew them first time and then beat them the second time. So that's good news. But basically the last 9 games, we've just been drawing ourselves into oblivion. Look at all these draws. We had one really nice win versus Montrose. 4-1. We really crushed these guys. This was outstanding. Playing in the diamond formation, we had a lot of good goals. We'll check out the highlights for this one, just to sort of boost our confidence. Haven't been able to hold leads, and then we get down early and we get desperate, and we've been coming back and salvaging some late draws, but it just has been anything but, a great play. There's Hendry. There's a beautiful strike from Gibson, the fullback we just mentioned. Hasn't played much, but when he has, he's got in there. Here's Peters. He's been in and out of the lineup with some injuries. He's looking for support. No, he ain't. He's just going to... look at that. The goalkeeper is like frozen in time, and Peters just does it all himself. That was an amazing goal. Finlayson now. He boots it forward, and Peters just showed his quality here. He just sort of beating everybody at all times, and this goalkeeper is just horrendous. I don't know if Montrose was playing their backup keeper, if their keeper was injured or what, but this guy was just not doing well. And then our keeper, we get scored on by a free kick. I got a little bit nervous there, but then in the 90th minute we sort of salt it away here. Ferguson chips it back post to King, and then there's just another horrific attempt by the goalkeeper. So, maybe we just got lucky catching Montrose on a bad day when their goalkeeper was injured or something. But whatever the case, can we look at that? Can we see? Jordan Miller, he's 25 years old. I mean, he doesn't look that bad to me. Maybe he was not match fit. He is listed as a backup. So, I don't know. They've got a youth goalkeeper on the bench who also doesn't look that bad. But anyway, whatever the case, we got a nice 4-1 victory. And that's really our only victory other than the Scottish Cup victory. It's been just grinding, just 0-0 draw. 2-2, a lot of 2-2 draws this year. 3-2, 4-2-2 draws in the last 9 games. It's just been fairly ridiculous. Our last game versus Brecon, we played again the diamond formation, and it just, stuff keeps happening. Take a look at the goals. Every game it seems like, okay, we get a 1-goal lead and then we lose it, and then we get another goal and then we lose it. It just keeps happening, and then occasionally we get behind, like this, McRae. I thought, okay, that's it. We get behind. It's not going to work. So we started using a little bit of a high-pressure system. Cudahy got a penalty kick. That evened it up. That was good. Well, this was in the 3rd minute, so we hadn't quite used the high-pressure system yet. But in the second half, we started using it after they get their goal here. I hope I'm thinking of the right game. Yeah, that was an awful attempt by Curry. I thought about subbing Curry out at that moment. But here we are, 70th minute, pushing forward to get the draw. There's a great pass forward, and then there's Hendry doing what we signed him to do, just being, causing havoc up front. And I wanted to show you that goal. I remember thinking I need to show that goal just to show the effect that Hendry can have when he's in there. He just puts, when we go to that high-pressure system, Hendry can get up there and do his thing, cause havoc, get steals like that. He's got a few, not necessarily goals like that, but he's gotten at least some assists like that where he goes and he's kind of like a ball-winning forward, where he goes after whoever has the ball, gets the steal, then gets it ahead to his strike partner who gets the goals. So he has been playing well when he's been in there, but he hasn't always been in there, unfortunately. So today, again, I mentioned we wanted to show this game because we're playing FORFAR again. And this is a very important game because we are tied with FORFAR, so we need this victory to get out of that relegation battle, but also we need those 3 points to catch up to the likes of Dumbarton and Brecon and Alloa, just so we don't get too far behind the race. Because if these teams, two of these 3 teams win this game, we're going to be out of sight. We're going to be 2 games back, 3 games back maybe, depending on which 2 win. So it's going to be very important to get a win here. We can't just have another draw. It's got to be a win. So we're going to go. We're going to go with the wide formation this time because, a lot of our players are a little bit tired. McKinley wants some more playing time, but I don't know that that's the best thing. So we're going to move Dakota King up here to advance forward. He's actually a bit more of a poacher. We'll try starting him at poacher at the beginning of the game. So Dakota King is another one of our signees this season. A very good striker. Technically, he wants to be a key player and a starter, but we got him pretty cheap, so we don't necessarily have to. But he's got good finishing, good composure, decent pace, good acceleration. He's another one of those kind of guys. Just a goal scorer and pretty much nothing else. But we've needed him this season. We've had so many striker injuries that we have needed him, including McKinley. McKinley's been injured some this season, but he's back now, and he wants playing time, but we're not going to give it to him. Ferguson here, our loanee, has been getting some call up to the under-19 level. He hasn't been capped yet, but he has been in training camp a couple of times. So we've missed him a few games, but that's, that's the price you pay when you sign good players. Davies is a little tired. I'd like to not play him, but we don't really have a ton of options with both Morrisons actually coming off injuries. So not a lot going on. We could put Breslin in there, but I don't know about that. So we'll just play it out as it is. Let's go. Going with the wide formation. Our wingers have been playing pretty decent this season. They're going with the 4-4-1-1. Milne, their captain, and they got their most assists. 5 goals, 5 assists from that attacking playmaker role. It's pretty good. Sweeney looks to be coming forward on the right-hand side. We got to watch him. Sutherland, 7 goals from the left wing. We got to watch him for sure. And then McLeod K has the highest average. So their midfield is very, very strong. For us, we're going with the Burning Man formation. That's right. Curry in goal. Gibson and Lindsay, our young fullback, going to be playing at the fullback positions. Davies and Kessie, we saw that. Cudahy, Miller, Connolly's been playing well in the center midfield. Daknovich, and Dallas out on the wings. They've been playing well. Both of them tied for our league with most assists. 3 goals, 4 assists for Daknovich, and 3 goals, 4 assists for Dallas. So they're both playing equally as well. And then King up front hasn't got many starts. Only 11 appearances so far. 5 goals, though. That's pretty good. And, yeah, that's what we're doing. So let's go. Let's go. Let's get a win, boys. I know we're the underdogs here. I don't know why we're the underdogs, but whatever. Oh, I forgot to set opposition instructions. All right, here we are at FORFAR Stadium. Not a lot of fans here. We've been killing it with attendance. We're second in the league in attendance with around 950 fans a game, so that's pretty good. Kessie bombs it forward. I'm about to say see if King could make something happen, but not gonna happen. We are on extended highlights, yes? Yes. No, key highlights. That's not how you do it. There we go. Extended highlights. All right. FORFAR bombs one forward. Kessie drops it back for Lindsay. All right. Let's start the attack. Got a Windows update available. Let's not apply that in the middle of a game. Connolly sends it forward to King. We haven't been getting a ton of chances out of this formation, but sort of been playing it out of necessity just because of a packed schedule. Here's Miller looking to make... Come on, Miller, what you doing? I don't know. Let's leave it simple instructions now. See what these guys can do on their own, and, maybe we should be giving these guys more instructions. Sometimes it helps to go disciplined, depending on how you want to play the game. It also helps to retain possession or play shorter passes, something like that. Just 1 or 2 instructions to give these guys a hint. But so far we haven't got many highlights, so we don't really know what hints to give them. Here's Gibson with a terrible pass forward. King with a nice tackle, though salvages it. And he rushes back because Gibson has apparently decided not to play today. Gibson, what are you doing? You are on the pitch, my man. It is your time to play, so let's get motivated. Kessie now bombs it forward. King is not making a run. These guys are not motivated. Let's yell at them. Show some passion. How about that? There's a wild shot by Crawford, so we'll yell at these boys to kind of get motivated. Davies is tired. He's going to need to be subbed out probably 60-some minutes into the second half, so we're going to have to keep an eye on him. Ratings are fine. Nobody excessive, but nobody poor. Milne, we got to watch him. McLeod K sends it forward to Crawford. Nice stop by Curry. Analysis. Sweeney is an accomplished crosser. Okay, we'll cross. We'll mark him tightly. At halftime, I guess we'll work on our opponent instructions. But for now, I think we're okay. Don't want to rock the boat. I would just love a 2-0 victory. That would be so great. That would make me feel so good. 27 minutes. Oh, let's take a look at the field, actually. There's a highlight going on. Sinclair to Milne. Gets it forward to Crawford. Shoots it wide. So far, they seem to be getting all the highlights. They got 2 yellow cards. They got a nervous-looking left back. We got to do something to shake our team up, I think. Okay, go after Crawford. Definitely close him down. Okay. So Aloha's got a victory right now. As you can see, they're pulling ahead. I mean, if we don't get a win here, we're going to be out of luck. Look at that. Aloha, Dumbarton, and Brecken are all winning. It's a knock forward. We might be able to do something with this one. Cudahy gets it to King. Can King get it out wide? Nope. Drops it back to Miller. Miller looking, probing. All right, we got to do something. We got to send a fullback forward. So I think we're going to send Gibson forward. And we're going to send Connolly forward. I mean, we got to do something. This is just ridiculous. Our offense is just being kept out of the box. We're not even making any attempts. Maybe we should switch to work it into the box. We'll save that for halftime. Here's Davidson. 1 minute of stoppage time in the half. Do not score a goal. Nice tackle. Bad tackle. Oh, that Sutherland was like a million yards offside. He was even offside by the goalkeeper. So that's pretty crazy. There was literally no one between him and the goal. All right, so this should be the half. It has not been a great half. Another boring game. I don't know what happens. Every time we play a game on camera, it just becomes so boring. Dressing room. We've been the better team, I guess. Sort of. Go out there and do whatever it is you're doing, I guess. Let's go tactics. Opposition, and we're closing down on 2 players. All right, yeah. Let's close. Let's tightly mark Milne. He seems to be a troublemaker. Close down on Sutherland as well. All right. All right, boys, let's do it. With this formation, I don't really know how to spark these guys. I could change them into the diamond formation. These guys are flexible enough. We could put, oh boy, look at this wall. Milne sends one. We could put Daknovich at the attacking mid, and we could put Dallas at the defensive forward, so that's not an issue. But I would really like to see them do something from this formation. Although maybe the way that FORFAR is playing it, it's not going to lead us very well to this wide attack. What fullbacks do we have on the bench? Breslin and Smith. Those guys aren't really going to help us out if we go to the diamond. So probably not going to do that. Here's Crawford. Get it stolen. Come on. Davies heads it back. McLeod K is going to recover it. Sinclair just sends it wide. Ugh, it's like that's what passes for a highlight in this game. Just a random attempt vaguely toward the opposition's goal. It's not looking good. Not looking good. Could try throwing McKinley in there at striker. See what he can do. He could give us a spark up front. Connolly has a yellow card. He's playing okay, I guess, but it's our attackers who are not playing very well. Curry now sends it downfield. Let's look at that. Nobody in the area. Nobody even going for the ball. Gibson again. I don't know about this Gibson character. He's just so nonchalant. Smashes it across to Kessie. Kessie booms it forward. I think with our main man there on Poacher, he just doesn't go for the ball. Here we go, Dallas. Nothing. All right. Let's pause. I don't like the way Gibson is playing, but he's relatively healthy. I think I want to bring in McKinley for King. That seems like a decent attempt. We'll put him as advanced forward. Maybe he can go get some of those long balls. Davies is tired, but he's our best player at the moment. Dallas, I mean, we just got youngsters coming off the bench. I don't know that Stollard is an improvement over Dallas at all. Leach could be an improvement over Doknovich. He is playing, he's looking poorly. So we will bring in Leach, the youngster, the academy player. We'll try putting him on support and Dallas on attack. See how that works out. All right. Let's go. Let's get some kind of highlight. Got 2 new attackers in there. Let's go, boys. We've got 3 shots on target, 13 fouls. All right, Lindsay with a throw-in. Sends it back. There's Dallas. He's going to start the attack. Conley got that yellow card. He centers it. Miller gets it stolen by McLeod K. It's that midfield of theirs. Playing too well, Crawford. I mean, our defense is playing decently, but I think we're just getting sort of crushed in the midfield. So, what happens if we just... No, not that. This. What happens if we just start booting it long? You know, let's actually give these guys some coaching. Give them some direction. Just boot it, boys. Just boot it. Try to get McKinley free on the back line, maybe. Something might happen. Davies is tired, but he is our best player. Conley has that yellow card. I don't know if booting it is working or not. We're not getting any more shots on target. They've now evened up the shots on target. They've got more shots total than us. We just got another shot, not on target. A lot more fouls, yellow cards. Losing possession. Davies looks exhausted. Okay, here's a highlight. Do not lose this one in the last minute. Get the steal, Kessie. Come on. We're not putting much pressure on him. We're not getting stuck in or anything like that. Conley. Nope. Milne takes a shot. Curry, nice. I mean, we can try getting stuck in for the last few minutes. Nice steal. Sweeney, though, recovers. All right, I don't like how long this highlight is taking. Let's get a counterattack and get it forward. Get that steal. Nope, bad steal. There's a cross into Orr. Curry, though. High above the rest. Good man. All right, let's go. 3 minutes. 3 minutes of stoppage time. McKinley could be our hero. He's just going to chuck it downfield. Dallas, there's McKinley. McKinley going forward. Dallas racing outside. He's got him. He's got him. He's got the cross. No good. Oh, Dallas almost won that back. Now here is FORFAR on the counterattack with Milne. Miller, nice tackle, but Sweeney gets it. An awful shot. And that's just going to go out. So this has been another terrible game. I mean, we still have 3 minutes of stoppage time, and I guess stuff is happening now. Here's Curry sending it downfield. Leach is going after it, our youngster. Can't win it, but Miller is there. McKinley, Dallas moving forward. He tries to thread the needle. He does. He could be offside. Back post to Leach. Can't win the header. The youngster doesn't get there, but McKinley recovers, drops it back to Lindsay. See what he can do with it. He tries sending it forward for Dallas. Dallas has to fight for it, win it. McKinley, Connolly, back to Dallas. Centering, not a great center, or cross. I guess that was more of a cross than a center. All right, 1 minute, just about. 1 minute, 10 seconds. Starting to get a little bit more pressure on these guys. Dallas down the near side. See what he can. He just sends it back post. Oh, Callum is there. He rolls it out. They're slow playing it. They're going to try to just milk the clock, it seems. Sweeney moves it forward. Gibson almost makes a good play. He was halfway there. Sweeney triple covered now. Leach sends it forward. Nope. Higgins, we're just sending it back and forth. Miller's going to track it down. Possibly. Nope. McKinley gets crushed at midfield. No call. 30 seconds to go, and McKinley retaliates with a bit of a foot sweep there. Go for the leg. Higgins sends it in. That's not going anywhere. Lindsay heads it on. Or has it now. Miller intercepts to Gibson. 10 seconds to go. Can we mount one last attack? No. I mean, come on, boys. This is what I got to deal with this season. It reminds me of, like, I don't know, 3 seasons ago in League One where we were good enough not to lose, but we weren't good enough to win. And that is exactly what's happening here. It's just, I don't know. We're going to have to just either play the diamond formation or maybe go 4-3-3 and risk some losses to get some goals, because this is just ridiculous. Proved many people wrong to avoid defeat, I guess. I mean, get out of here. Get out of here with that. So there we go. Yet another draw with a team we needed to beat to put some distance between us and relegation, but it's not happening. And our next game is up against Stranraer, who are second in the league, so that's going to be a difficult game. That could be a loss. And that will put us, you know, in dire straits. We're already 4 points back of Dumbarton now. And it ain't looking good. It ain't looking good. So we are in the relegation battle that we were not supposed to be in. Selling off another youngster, Ross Connolly. Get out of here. Valued at $0. I mean, look at this guy. 8 heading, I guess. 11 tackling is decent. But he's worth 230 pounds. You can buy this guy for yourself. I mean, he's a 1-star prospect. A lot of these guys I've been trying to get 500 pounds for, but nobody wants to give me any money for them whatsoever. So if I can just get rid of them and get them off the books, you know, that would be helpful in a budgetary sense. So I guess that's it for mid-season update. It's kind of depressing. Not really what I wanted from our first season in League One, but that's the growing pains you go through, I guess. And we do have a lot of salary left. We could bring in a bunch of guys. But I looked earlier, and we already have the second highest, not second highest payroll, but second highest average per player being spent in the league. So, you know, I don't really want to spend too much more money and go that much more in debt, especially now that the season has started out so bad. Like, we could spend a lot of money and get mid-table and then sort of ruin financially, or we can just stick it out for a season and figure things out next year. I think that's what I want to do. You know, we're getting a lot of good playing time for some of our youngsters, and we might be able to, you know, hit that late season push if these youngsters keep continuing to grow and get better. You know, we've had some nice growth this season from some of our youngsters. Some of them not so much. We looked at Daknovich earlier in the season, and he started that downward slide. I don't know what it is. I'm not happy with it. He's a guy we've been getting a lot of playing time. He's reached that 60-game mark that I talked about earlier, and I think his ceiling might be 2 stars. It's kind of depressing for a guy that we started playing at an early age, and he's got lots of games, and he's just not getting any better. It doesn't help him that our coaches haven't really improved much. We got, slightly better coaching staff. Our facilities haven't improved at all. So we're not helping him out from a club standpoint, but in terms of just growth, he's not doing it. Now on the other side of the spectrum, we have our other young midfielder. Where did he go? Taylor Berry. He's been injured a little bit this season, but he's been just improving, doing nothing but improving. He's up to a 2.5-star player now. He still has 3.5-star potential. He's played, 50 games, so he's closing in on that 60-game mark as well, and he's looking a little bit better, a little bit more on the upside than our man Daknovich. So I guess, that's a silver lining. He's valued at 1.7 thousand. We are overpaying for him a little bit, 10.5K, but I wanted to keep him around because he was growing and getting better. Didn't want to lose him. But hopefully, we can have more guys like this who actually start to reach their potential. And if that happens, then we can make that push towards the end of the season, and we don't have to worry about bringing in a bunch of expensive dudes and breaking the bank just to reach mid-table. We can reach mid-table on our own, and it'll be a good achievement for us in our first season. So, all right, there we go. We're going to end it there on a somewhat positive note, even though this game was sort of soul-sucking. But, yeah. Anyway, that's it. Until next time, we'll come back for the three-quarter season review somewhere in the next 9 games. Maybe another game versus FORFAR. See how much we've grown or something. I don't know. We'll come back at some point. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
They call the CLYDE, who will fill your heart with pride. Dressed up in the red and black, we an L sign on the back. They've a winger and a keeper and a great big carpet sweeper. It's the bully.